when you're on self-improvement and you're actually striving for success and you're actually making yourself better every single day, you're increasing your discipline, you're focusing on your health, your fitness, your cardio, your physique, all of this stuff, when you're getting better and better and better every single day, you're disciplined. And you come home and you see the people around you not doing that. You see them scrolling on their phones. You see them say they're going to go work out and not do it. You see them make excuses. You see them eat unhealthy. You see them do all these things. It is frustrating. It makes me angry. And I'm sure a lot of people are like that. It's extremely offensive. Honestly, I think it's offensive that the people around us find it acceptable to be a terrible influence on us. A couple months ago, I went to a business conference called Funnel Hacking Live. And it was a business conference for entrepreneurs, and it was amazing. But on one of the last days, one of the motivational speakers, his name was Ben Kajar. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but pretty much he came up and talked about how it's actually bad not to show your kids what greatness looks like. He actually had an entire talk that he didn't give at Funnel Hacking Live, the place I went to, but he referenced it, and he said at another event, he talked about how the greatest form of child neglect is not striving for success, not striving for greatness, not showing them what success or greatness looks like through their own actions. And so the majority of Americans, of what I've seen, are like this. The majority of people in middle class are like this. There's a well-known concept of the 99% and the 1%. The 1% is the successful people and the 99% are the not successful people. Actually, I'd say that a lot of people are like this. And I read a book called Reality Transurfing, and that book is a whole conversation on itself, but one of the biggest takeaways I realized after reading Reality Transurfing is basically just to ignore the mediocrity, ignore the averageness or whatever. Ignore all that. Don't let it get to you, because it used to get to me all the time. I remember one day I came home from the gym. It was winter. It was cold, and I biked to the gym at 6 in the morning. I biked to the gym, went, worked out, and then I biked home. It was like snowing. It was like 10 degrees outside. I was freezing. I was biking. But that's just what I did. I was disciplined. I went to the gym every single morning. 6 a.m. The sun didn't even come out yet. And I remember I came home from that, and I saw the people around me being lazy. They haven't even started their days. They're just sitting on the couch watching YouTube, watching Netflix. And the moment I saw this, I just got so mad, so angry. This was before I read Reality Transurfing, and so I was so mad, but something held me back from getting mad at them. So I just said hello. Like usual, they say hello. And then I got so angry, and then I just went straight to my room, took out my journal, and I started writing. And I basically wrote down what I was feeling. I wrote down how angry I felt at how I just got home from the gym. I'm striving for success, and the people around me are being lazy, not striving for anything, just scrolling on their phones, being consumers. It's extremely offensive. And I'm not sure if many people will understand what I'm trying to say here about how that's actually offensive to me. But I just understand that this is offensive. This is offensive because the culture and environment around you greatly affect your habits. I know this because ever since 5th grade, ever since I got an Xbox, I became mediocre myself, and I became average, and I started playing Xbox, started wasting my days. And then once I got my phone, I started watching YouTube. And then I started watching TikTok, and I started just wasting all of my days, not striving for anything, because this is what I saw around me, so this is what I replicated. If you're a parent watching this, I want to tell you how powerful it is to show your kids what greatness looks like through your own actions. Because a couple of years ago, when I believe I was either in 8th grade or freshman year, I watched my dad. He went from being overweight, and then he started running. He started running 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, and then he started running marathons. And he was training a lot. He lost a lot of weight, and he had his purpose. He had something he was striving for, some greatness he was striving for. And then he started training for an Ironman. which an Ironman, if you don't know, it's like a triathlon, but longer. So it's like a 2-mile swim, 150-mile bike ride, and then a marathon at the end, which is a 26-mile run, all in one day. So it's an entire day of exercise. So my dad started training for this Ironman. He started waking up at 3:30 in the morning, and he was showing me what success looks like. He was not telling me, and he was not mediocre anymore. He was showing me what success looks like through his actions. And so I picked up on that, and then I started striving for my own things. I started striving for success, trying to make the soccer team. I never made it. But then I started striving for success in other aspects of my life, like building my physique in the gym. And so this had a domino effect where I started striving for success in the gym, and then I realized, oh, that's awesome. This feels amazing. I like this. So now I want to strive for success in other areas. I started reading books. I started studying things. I started studying business. And then I started a podcast. I started striving for success through making a podcast. And now I'm striving for success trying to grow a YouTube channel and learn how to be a YouTuber. I want to say that my dad striving for success, it rubbed off on me, and now I started striving for success. Now my life is so much better, and I have such a higher standard for myself because of what my dad did. So that is the power, that is the true power of showing your kids what it looks like to be successful. My dad ran an Ironman once 3 years ago, and then he kind of stopped running and stopped working out slowly but surely after that. But that still has an effect on me to this day. That's how powerful it is to show your kids what success looks like. And so I want to talk about reality transurfing because I mentioned that earlier when I realized that everyone around me was a bad influence on me. And I realized that they were not really showing me what success looks like. It was offensive and I got angry. And so I needed some solution because I knew that that was not good for my health. That was not good for my mental health just to be angry at everyone around me all the time. So I discovered reality transurfing, and in that book, I learned to be indifferent and simply just let it go. I learned to let them be themselves, and I learned that I can't fix them. I learned to just focus on myself, and every time I see my parents be mediocre and it gets to me, just realize that that is not good if I get drawn into the trap of thinking negative thoughts towards them. It's not good to get drawn into that trap. And so I tell myself, focus and be indifferent, because you can't be successful if you hold contempt for others. You can't be successful if you're constantly angry at your parents. So I realized I had to do a lot of inner work to get over this anger, to get over this. And it took a long time, and I still have moments of slight anger, but it's a lot better, and I've gotten a lot better at dealing with that. And so if you're someone who gets angry at all the mediocrity around you, then read Reality Transurfing and just know that it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of work on your part to get over this, but that's what we must do. That's what you have to do if you want to achieve success.